For you tonight, and this one is something we're so proud of here at WLWT. A really powerful new documentary is hitting our streaming app, very local. It's called Breaking Chains, Surviving Sex Trafficking and the Power of Second Chances. It tells the story of trafficking victims and the odds that they have to overcome to regain their lives, or at least hopefully regain them. And one of the people that you're going to see in this documentary is Judge Heather Russell, who oversees a court program here aimed at helping victims get a second chance. She joins me here on the couch today. Judge, thank you so much for being here.
I'm honored to be here.
I have to tell you, so a little secret here, she still has not seen the documentary. The big reveal is tonight, and so I've seen it already twice. Tonight will be my third time. It is so powerful, but talk to me a little bit about why you were willing to be a part of this.
Well, back in 2014, we all knew that heroin, at the time it's now fentanyl, that heroin was a problem in our community. And Cincinnati police came to me and asked me if I would create a program with sex trafficked people who were also in addiction. And I had never thought of creating a judge-driven program that would be addressing both sex trafficking and addiction. And the more they talked, the more I realized that I could do that. I could make that happen.
And it's already, you're making a difference. You're now in your 11th year of, it's called Change Court. It's this program here in Ohio. Talk about what really inspired you beyond the police coming to you. You, yeah. I'm sure, see this day in and day out, and we all know that sadly drug and alcohol abuse leads to so many issues like homelessness, like prostitution. Is that what got you involved?
Well, I think realizing that everything, even before 2014, almost every crime we see in the courthouse, almost every crime, is driven by drugs. And how to purchase it, how to get the money to buy it. It's just a part of the court system now. It's drug-driven crime. And just as you would, Cherie, you know, if you thought there was some way that you could make a small difference, tear off a tiny piece of that puzzle and work on it to solve a problem. I mean, when someone came to you and said, can you create a program to help this particular population that was overlooked and underserved, who wouldn't do that? You know, really, I mean, knowing this is a problem. Drugs are fueling all of our crimes. But what can I do about it? Oh, wait, I hadn't thought about creating this type of program. I mean, it's just what pulls at your heart, what decent person wouldn't want to try.
And by the way, this program, Change Court, it makes these victims or survivors go through a 2-year program, and it's not easy. They have to follow through. If they fall back, they start all over again. And the documentary really takes us through that. Talk to me about already you're seeing it's making a difference, where more than 20 women have gone through this program and they're turning their lives around.
Right. Yeah, it's a different definition of success. I mean, 20 people with 10 years in the program doesn't sound like a lot, but when you realize you've changed their whole world and their children's, because their children have their stable parent back and they're getting custody back. So we're changing generations. It just boggles your mind what we're able to do. It's very intense work, and it doesn't always work, and it doesn't always go from beginning to end with no bumps along the way, but oh my gosh, when it works, the ripple effect is amazing.
We were in the courtroom as one of these cases worked, and not only, of course, did the survivor get very emotional, but so did you as a judge. It has to be so rewarding to say, okay, I'm not just always punishing. And obviously some people don't learn and they have to go away, but for these women, it really is a problem here in our community. To see this change, it has to be rewarding for you as a judge.
It's incredibly rewarding. It's a very personal program. It's a very one-on-one, and the evidence says that one-on-one judicial interaction makes a difference. So it's a big thing to take on, but it's definitely worth it. And it actually changes the way I work as a judge in my other docket, my regular docket as well. As I understand more about trauma, I try and keep that in mind so that even if I'm given a harsh sentence, I'm giving it with love. Hey, I understand. I see that you're a person, and we're really going to try and get you help. We all want you to do well. People don't think about judges in black robes, really want to see you succeed.
Yeah. like I said, we saw it there, and even one of the victims said, I always just thought about the judges as the person who would throw me in jail, and she looked at you so differently. Judge Heather Russell, thank you so much for being a part of this with us. I have to tell you, it is really powerful. Again, it's called Breaking Chains. It's streaming right now exclusively on our very local app. Again, it's very local. It's available on your mobile device, your tablet. It's connected to your TV. Look it up. And there's also a showing at 6:30 tonight at the Freedom Center. I'm going to be there moderating it. Judge Russell's going to be there. She's going to see it for the first time, as well as our state attorney general for Ohio, Dave Yost, who took part. This is all a big collaborative effort. So thank you.